kick us off.
Hey, it's another Saturday night. Welcome to the GrimDark. We got a couple of drunk players tonight, I think. So bear with us.
Soon to be more than a couple.
Are you joining in the festivities, ma'am?
I am.
Have you also been drinking since 6 p.m.?
I had a glass during raid.
If I had to deal with Silent, I would also have a glass during the raid.
I didn't have to deal with Silent, but I did have to deal with Garrett.
Oh, I would have had like 4 or 5. Yeah, I respect your willpower and commitment to the bit, Kate.
Thank you.
Garrett, how much did you have having to deal with Kate?
I got another finger.
I suppose I can have another chug.
It's actually more like a
Anyways.
thumb, but
Dungeons and Dragons. Whoa.
Wow.
What's going
Dungeons
on,
and
Bradley?
Dragons galore. Yeah, who we fucking tonight? And by fucking, I mean killing. Sorry,
don't know.
Twitch. To be fair, I think Bradley did mark this stream as rated for adult.
I don't know. Probably didn't, but
Well, I'm sorry.
kids hear bad things.
Did you check your DMs, Brandon?
Yes.
Okay. What
Like,
do
what
y'all
do I even
remember
say?
about last time?
We're about to get our fucking shit pushed in by the Inquisition.
No, we met our pal
No.
Jeet.
We were investigating a murder of a woman who set herself on fire and ran into a river. And then, so we actually searched the river and found 2 separate corpses, one of which was the one we were looking for, and the other one was a mysterious, non-identified woman. And we have been investigating as to what happened.
Did we find the one we were looking for?
You found one that had been burnt, but it strangely looked like claw marks. You found her out like in the river, like stuck in the chains of an old sunk boat. The other you found a ways away from a little inlet, a stream, that was the actual woman that was missing from the pyre. At the
And she had not been burnt.
correct. She was fine, other than being like submerged and buried, under rocks in the water. And then you bought a bunch of pies.
That's true. Oh yeah, I bet, or I told Moose I'd give him a bunch of gold if he swam in the river, and he did, and I gave him a bunch of gold.
And then I bought a bunch of pies.
Are you on Reggie Cam, or I didn't know if you?
Yeah, I
were
just
switching.
put the placeholder in because I just got set up. I was
Okay,
late.
No problem. I was late too because I had everything I thought set up and ready, and then I looked. I'm like, I didn't put new titles in on anything. Shit. And
If you're putting new titles, can I be Moose the Magnificent?
no, stream info.
Oh,
Like, so
never
it was
mind.
still showing last night's game info. So I'm like, nope. I had to kill everything and then restart. So I was slightly behind. After finding that, you went and talked to some of the ladies of the night, and found out they know who the girl was, and that she had been being harassed by a creep recently. Got a name, Mahas, out of that.
Lives on Festival.
Yep, which is an island across the river, or out in the middle
And
of the river.
the gal that we found was Constance.
Correct. I'm gonna get back to my place where all my info is. So that's where we pick up. Y'all basically are still either just finished the conversation or standing right there where all the working girls are.
We were boarding a ferry across the Lime, right?
Y'all had asked where the ferry was. Y'all had not.
Okay.
We're going to leave to go there is where we ended. But if anything had changed or people wanted to do something else. Oh man, I'm glad stream can't see the wall of purple whisper text I've got going on over here.
Oh no.
It's a bunch of drunken foolery.
The best kind of foolery.
Hang on, I just hearing something in the other room. Just a second.
Okay.
Okay, sorry about that.
As
It was
a-
just a child that I thought was asleep in the kitchen making ramen. What the hell's going on in there? Okay. So, y'all are heading towards the, leaving to go towards the ferry where you were told it's out, the chain ferry. And one of the girls comes running up, looking back, kind of like making sure nobody sees her talking to you. She's like, y'all said that she was burned? Was it in some strange way, or what happened?
I don't think we really looked too closely at that.
I could barely hear you. What was that?
So I don't think we looked too closely at that.
Yeah, I don't really know what it means to burn strangely.
Well, it was like just around the head and neck area a bit.
Well, I just asked if it was unusual because she's looking around again, keeping her voice low. I've heard about a lot of several weird people, or not people, but people dying from strange fires. Most of them over on Festival. I know that there was some the morgue down the way. Supposed to have them there.
What exactly goes on Festival?
Festivals, as the name kind of implies, there's all kinds of street shows, oddities, carnival-like stuff. It's also got an area of slums, which most of the city does, but this is a little worse than the norm. Most of the where your normal low end of people live, this is kind of like they don't even go over there, except for people, thrill seekers and things like that, wanting to see what kind of oddity, you would have like the bearded lady, the jars full of like odd shaped fetuses and things like that are like on display.
Sounds like a happening place.
But I was just curious. I knew her, and I didn't know if it was related or not to the others. Thank you. And she runs off.
The others.
It sounds like there's a cluster of them in the morgue.
So you head your way there. Still going, just going to the ferry, or?
I mean, I guess we could look at the morgue while we're here.
Was it conveniently nearby?
It's about 100 yards. It's on a corner of Hollow and Broken Hill.
That's pretty convenient, I think.
Yeah, let's just hop on the ferry.
So which are you
Did
doing?
you say it's right down the road?
Some of you are saying go to the morgue, others saying hop on
Yeah.
the ferry.
So he's
What do we
saying the
need at the
morgue is
morgue?
right down the road,
Listen.
or
Yeah, it's about 100
Yep.
yards. Down
I'm gonna
from the
make
ferry.
a Scooby Doo suggestion here. I think we should split up.
No, rejected.
I
I'm
think
good
we
with
should
that.
all start coming out of different doorways in the same hall.
Sock looks directly into the camera at the viewer and says, "Nick, I think that's a terrible idea."
And Moose looks
Like
at
you're
Sock and
addressing
says,
you're addressing
"Who the hell-
Nick himself.
"Who the hell is Nick?"
Don't worry, it's just a weird voice I hear in my head sometimes. Don't worry about it, Moose.
Oh God, you hear Nick's voice in your head sometimes? That sounds
I'm
horrible.
sorry, that's insanity.
It's
Moose
awful.
is so
this is
drunk
Nick.
he starts calling himself Nick.
This is Nick speaking to every one of you. I hope you don't hear me in your head, but if you do, you're welcome.
Sock looks at the rest of you and he's like, "I'm a literal chaos worshiper. What makes you think I don't hear voices constantly?"
All right, Nick has been confirmed as a chaos demon speaking to Sock.
The fifth chaos god.
My name is Nicodemus. I am the fifth chaos god.
It's canon now, Bradley.
We're going to the morgue.
Okay. I'll listen to the sober person.
That
Okay,
sounds
hey,
like
listen.
a very good idea in the GrimDark game.
Hang on, what is D&D without a little bit of drunk and drunker? But
Okay, you
Alright,
get there.
come on, that was a good one.
This is a Hollow Street morgue. It's looks like a small wooden building. As you enter, small office cluttered with wooden filing drawers and ledgers like wall to wall. You see there's a door to the back, and there's a clerk sitting there. His head's down. He's kind of like glances up, his eyes back down real quick. He's scribing something. Yes, what can I do for you?
Coming by, to ask about one of the girls that had died recently.
About one of the what?
One of the
hear you.
girls.
You're gonna have to narrow that down. What kind of girl? Description, name.
She was probably burned.
I don't have time for this. And he kind of glances up like, oh, y'all are the heroes? Hamburg heroes? Oh, goodness. Yeah, sorry. What can I do for you? What girl? He seems like all of a sudden, like, while dismissive at first, is like kind of excited to see you, almost kind of that starstruck.
I subtly do a cool pose.
Subtly.
How do you subtly do? Explain.
Slowly
Well,
shift into a cool pose.
I go from just standing there to like slightly like angling my hips, like ha, yeah, it's a
Slides over to the window, does the hair, it moves real slow, the sun starts shining through the window.
Sounds more like a Leora move.
It does.
Uh,
I'm still
Leo.
Leora at heart.
Leo, I think you need to close that window. It's letting
Leora.
a breeze in.
Not too breezy, yeah.
The shutters close and everything goes dingy again, and the effect is gone now. So what a girl you're looking for that was burnt? He starts thumbing through pages. Do you have a name by chance?
No. Just, we found a girl who was burnt and jumped in the river. So we were told there
They do
were
have their
others.
names, don't
When
they?
did you find this? You just found this person, or they are already here?
No, they should already be here. We heard there was a rash of it recently. Honestly,
Yeah, there's been we've had several burning meetings. We have 5 in here. There was a bit of trouble getting them here, though. The watch station on Festival seemed to be reluctant to release them for some reason.
For some reason.
They typically over there don't care about their responsibilities, but that's another story. Yes, I see. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, a Rosie Weft, Edmund Hyde, Eugene Walkman, and 2 non-nominous. So maybe that is one. You say she's not here, so if you're looking for a victim, but you said you've already found them, I'm confused as to what I can do for you.
Well, we were told there were more than
It's the ones I just named.
We found one that seems to match a similar predicament to the bodies you probably have in the back there. Like Eugene and Rose, it seems they met a pretty similar fate. They all came from Festival.
Yes, all in Festival and all burn victims, in one fashion or another.
Oh, so there's not like a pattern, like everyone got burned on their left cheek or something like that.
No.
Damn. But
Well,
still,
we take a look at him.
For you, yes. And he gets up, unlocks the door behind him. He's like, please follow, and he descends a flight of stairs going into a cellar. As you get down there, you see the bodies all retain their clothes. Most of it's charred to nothing in most places. They're all laying on a wooden bier. It's got a big drawer underneath. Letters, like it looks like in chalk, scribbled on it. It says like victims' belongings. You can see where like a hand laying out, where there's a ring that's kind of melted into the flesh.
Ooh.
And it's these here. He walks. This is Rosie Weft. Goes to the next one. Beside that, this is Edmund Hyde. Pulls the tag of the other one on the toe. Eugene Walkman, and these 2 are the non-nominous. Which is basically John Doe's.
Do any of them look like affluence?
Which one? Are you just going to inspect them in order, or is there one particular you want to look at? Or
Oh, like are they just laid out like easy to see? Like I'm just curious.
Well, they're covered up and stuff, but you
Okay.
got the toe tag sitting out where he's lifted the. So if they're the one you saw with the melted ring, it's like the hands laying out from under the sheet.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yes, you're welcome to observe the bodies or their belongings if this will help you any.
How recently did they all come in?
It's been over a few weeks.
Oh, so there wasn't like one big fiery event.
No. This has been over a couple weeks, but it's still a bit odd.
Yeah.
Like this one, he goes over to the first one there. Rosie here. You can see that the body is horribly burnt. Looked like she was a young woman. Body shows. The thing is odd with this one, while she was burnt, the body shows clear signs of being immersed in water, but she was found nowhere near the river. Clothes are burnt. As you get closer and looking, you can see that there's bruising and tearing over subcutaneous, I believe, tissue. It looks like as if she, like the whole front of her body looks like if she was struck by force. It's kind of evenly across the whole front. And again, you see that some of the burns on 2 of the places, like on a rib and a shoulder, look like claws dug into her.
Hmm. What do you think made those?
That I do not know. Oddly, it looks like claw marks to me, but she clearly died by fire. Though, again, and it's an oddity with the bruising and the waterlog effect. I don't know what that means. I have not encountered that in any of my typical work.
So hold up. In your medical profession, in your medical opinion, are you a medical personnel or do you just work the front desk?
I have medical training, yes.
Okay, great, perfect. I'm a fan already.
Thank you.
Did she drown or did she burn?
Yes,
Like, what was
I would say my professional opinion is she burned to death, but that she wasn't found near water. But clearly, and he's showing areas where there's still, by some of the bruising, like water is soaked under the skin. I say her clothing was found when she was brought in. She was completely drenched, and
What the hell?
I don't know what the bruising is from, other than blunt force trauma, but it's kind of evenly across the front of her body.
You mean like from a wine press or something? Like something pushed on her evenly?
No, there's no bone breakage. And he's showing you. You can see the bruising. It's not like one solid bruise, but as if she was struck by something blunt from the front.
Okay.
They say, I would say, press say there was still a lot of fluid in her body. She didn't seem to have any blood loss. As these marks, even though they look like claws, maybe hot metal or something. I'm not sure. Though I found no fragments of metals. But I mean, fire doesn't have claws, so unless this was done first and the fire just cauterized. But again, she seemed to have no blood loss, which is also the same with over here. He turns the one behind him, pulls the sheet back. Edmund here, you see here, and he shows like across the chest and on one of the legs, you see like the same kind of claw marks. His clothes are all burnt. The bit you can make out, it's kind of ragged garb, looks like maybe of a low caste person or a beggar. Say the constabulary knew this man. He's kind of a sad case. His wife ran away 12 years ago with a sailor, and he has pretty much spent his time since then drowning his sorrows in gin. Say he frequented the Grinning Lacedon, which is a public drinking establishment on Festival. That's kind of what he was known for, was drinking constantly. Say this one doesn't have any kind of water logging or bruising, just the fire and like kind of the claw marks is all that's on this guy. However, the water logging is also on this one. Walks to the third. Eugene here, a bit of a loner. He slept down on the docks where he worked. The locals say that they saw him running through the street like a blazing pyre. And hang on, he goes over and pulls out the ledger. I'm trying to remember what it said. Yes, there were 3 different witnesses, and each of them claimed to have seen some watery figure in the shape of a man, but much more massive. And I said that it struck him and put the flames out. So give me an Arcana.
As you command. Do I include the +4?
No, that the D4
15.
is for casting. So 15, yeah. The description he's kind of giving of this watery creature, man-shaped, the size, it makes you think water elemental, like some sort of conjuration or summons.
All right.
Then there is a third with waterlogging. This one, he walks past the fourth one and goes to the last one, the fifth one of the non-nominous. He was a dock worker as well, and he was found 3 days ago. It's the same. You've got the same kind of claw marks in the burn areas. He was brought in completely soaked. You can see waterlogging under the skin, much more so than the other, because this was just 3 days ago. And then goes back to the fourth one. Again, no name on this victim. Young man. Mostly you can't identify his face at all, because mostly his head and shoulders in particular are very, very burnt. And he was found, well, not waterlogged, he was found floating in the docks last week, but does not show, other than his clothing and extremities being wet, no bruising, no subdermal moisture or abnormal moisture. And that's about all I can tell you. If you have another body, I can examine it. Were there any similarities to these?
I mean, the original report was that she was set on fire, and then, well, she was already dead, and then she got up and was on fire, and then ran into the river.
Yeah, she was basically at the where she's going to be cremated. She was on it. So the story was that got up, ran past the guy that runs the place, basically the crematorium, and jumped in the river. Turns out it wasn't that woman. You found her in a different place. And the girl that was on fire, you learned from the working girls that they knew her and been being, like, bugged by a creep.
Right.
So this would be the first victim that was found outside of festival?
As far as I know, what you're telling me, yes. Because these, he kind of motions to the 5 laying there, are all from festival.
Well, we weren't that far away. Just
No,
across the river.
yeah, the ferry takes about 10 minutes. Because as you walked past it, you see that it's a big flat bottom, just open, like a big raft, basically, and there's a chain that they slowly pull it across by hand. Saying,
Hey, you said the watch, the town, the city watch over on festival. They're not really keen on their jobs. That there seemed to be a bit of that going around with this one that we just found, where when they asked to come dredge the river, they gave it 2 minutes and said, "Yep, we're done." Do you know what happens to be going on with them?
like most of those in power, corruption, or lack of care. Now, you know, this is very common. It has been changing with
okay.
with what y'all have done with the task force and Orange training and stuff like that. There's a group of very like hardcore law enforcement now, but throughout the city, for the most part, you have pockets of officers that actually want to help, while most just kind of do their job cursory. It's like, yeah, I do what I have to, but if I can avoid having to do much.
Got it. Okay.
Say, other than this and their belongings, which were sparse, most don't have anything. That's it. That's all I can tell you.
Well, we definitely know more than we did when we came in here.
Did the working girls give us any more information about this Mahas fellow, aside from his name? That he's a loser?
That he's a creep and he lives at festival somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got the good information.
Yeah, he's like he looks, pulls through each of the drawers. Yeah, nothing here, nothing here. It seems like these were the only two, or these three, that had anything on them. One of the guy, there was a pocket watch, a few copper, nothing on two others, and then the other two, you find there's a crumpled up piece of paper in Edmund's box, and actually the guy that died 3 days ago, the John Doe, had 3 gold, 7 silver, an iron key, and a ticket from a pawn shop.
An iron key, okay. Ticket.
Yeah. Say if you look at the
Interesting.
are y'all messing with any of that or no?
I mean, I'll look at it.
Is there
Yeah.
anything on the crumpled up piece of paper, or is it just a crumpled up piece of paper?
The crumpled up piece of paper, most of it is burnt. The pieces you can make out looks like says word mean, but with a capital M, and then tenement. That's the only thing you make out of.
I've heard movies made on less than a crumpled up piece of paper, an iron key, and a ticket from a pawn shop.
The other one, the other piece by the pawn shop ticket says Uriah Mean, Riverside Tenement Pawnbroker Festival.
And this was from 2 different people?
Yes. Holding them up together, it looks like it would be the same, like another pawn ticket, but most of it being destroyed.
Well, well, Zoink Scoob, looks like we've got a lead. Or at least something.
Did you say the pawnbroker was mean, like, not nice?
No, that's his last name.
Right. But that's how it's
now,
spelled.
Are you asking this guy, or are you asking me?
Oh yeah,
He's asking
sorry,
about
above
it.
the table. This is to you, DM.
To me, that's just a last name. You don't know anything else. You'd either have to ask around or go visit, or both.
Visit?
I mean, if
I
you
thought I
want
was just
know
going to work
information
remote.
about him.
Well, we're headed there anyway. Now it just gives us, a closer place to look.
anything else I can help you with? I'm more than happy. And if you're investigating this, I would love to know what you find out.
I mean, definitely come back to you if we need to know more.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What was your name again?
Ernest Wigmore.
I flip him a
Ernest, it's
coin.
been a downright pleasure. Thank you so much. This has been a huge help.
Oh, thank you. And he shakes each of your hands, or those that will shake his hand.
I flip him a gold coin.
Thank you. There's no need, but thank you.
I hold up my giant sack of 364 gold coins and just say, it's really heavy.
You might want to secure that before going to festival or anywhere in
I'll
the
take
city.
that under consideration.
You can always give it to me. It'll be safe with me.
I look him in the face and just stare for several seconds, frowning. No emotion on my face whatsoever. And
No one else will steal it.
I
No
grab
one else.
I grab a rope and I tie it in a noose and then use the noose to secure the bag, staring at Max the whole time.
Well, all right. No need to be an asshole about it, but
Sounds like where we're going is a great place to have 3 silver to my name.
Do you need a gold? I have more.
No.
I see. All right. I'm going to have back problems in the future.
Tie it around your waist where it just hangs between your legs and you have to walk bow-legged.
Oh, Jesus. That sounds
Sock.
awful.
If you need any help lightening the load, I'd be happy to help you out.
I'm sure most of us here in this group would be more than happy to lighten this load.
No, I meant literally. I can carry it for you.
No, I think it's fine.
All right, enjoy your back problems.
I'll try not to. I'm sure the rest of you are Inquisitors. You did better than I did so far.
Yes, I'm sure.
I eat more pie.
Anything else from this guy? From Ernest?
No, but I'll make sure to sign the. There's like a log book or people coming in.
Yeah.
Make sure to do a big flourishy signature on it.
I watch him do it because I just want to know how he spells his name. I still can't really read. I've been working on it.
It has been 18 months. There's no... Okay, whatever.
Wait, actually, hang on.
I'm not getting into this.
Let me. I'm
Assume
gonna
he was
roll. I'm
studying
gonna
for
roll a
18 months
dice.
and not drinking.
I'm gonna roll a
Going out into
dice.
the woods.
How about
Don't
this?
do that. You're gonna roll a 1 and not know what fucking reading even is. What's a letter?
All right. If I roll between 1 and 20, that means that I am now reading at like the level of a teenager.
Well,
Of a third grader.
If I roll like I don't know 20 to 50, then I'm like still a child. And if I roll anything above 50, I really haven't learned much because I'm drinking too much. All right, I can at least read as well as a child.
That could be worse, I guess.
Joke's on you. My handwriting is horrible.
Dude, Brandon, my handwriting is still horrible. I'm 34.
Yeah,
No, I just meant that Moose can't read it.
You guys are
Okay.
doing handwriting?
yeah, we switched to computers pretty quick. I did not have to write a lot in school.
That's why us older folk can use cursive writing as a secret language.
You listen here. I fucking hate you old people for that. Can I tell you how many letters I have to like spend 10 plus minutes deciphering because I don't know what fucking cursive is?
Oh my.
Ridiculous.
Sweet summer
Poor
child.
boy.
Fuck you guys. Let's keep playing.
Okay, so you head to the ferry. Say it's a big flat bottom barge and takes about 10 minutes to get across. There's several people on it. Some, like say, seeking the excitement from the oddities there. There's some couple of musicians, couple of like actors, a mime trying to entertain people on the barge, trying to make a few coins. And as you get there, festival up close is even more insane and than seems feasible. A vast, bloated island of garish colors rises from a wide, crowded shore of bright buildings, seemingly a freak gust of wind away from tumbling into the salty waters about her. Banners and hoardings of signs proclaim the last chance to see, quote, dreadful supper of 4 broken men is one. Another one is the awful well girl, and yet another is a foul mother broken. These signs compete for height and color and size, obscuring festival as it rises through the crooked streets of the great fair at its summit. As the chain ferry clanks into the harbor, there is a rush of entertainers. A midget in red cries out an invitation to see the great ape of dark Libnos. An impossibly tall man wearing a hood with a single eye hole holds out a vast hand for alms, and a curious and ugly organ grinder sends eerily, it looks almost like a human-faced monkey. It's not as you see the little monkey stuff. Instead of having those wrinkles in the cheeks, it almost looks human-faced. Collecting coppers while he plays a strange-looking organ. And that's the sight that greets you. It's just a cacophony of noise and color, people vying for the attention and the coins of anybody passing by. What do you do?
You're gonna unburden yourself. So
Would you like some of my money to unburden for me?
I mean, it looks like there's plenty of people in this crowd that are willing to take it from you.
Yeah, and you definitely have that feeling of keeping your coin purses secure and close.
Oh shit. Well, I've got a noose on mine. I hope that serves as a warning and a threat.
I'm gonna put a bunch of pebbles in my coin purse so it seems fuller than it is.
You want to attract the attention.
Yes.
It's actually kind of genius.
I want to
Imagine-
appear to have the fullest coin purse here.
Shadow dice rolls. So where to? You've got information of a pawn shop. You've got the drinking hole one of the victims went to. And you got a couple of names.
Well, it's been 10 whole minutes. We can either get something to drink or, go to the pawn shop.
I want to pet the monkey.
Don't
We
pet
are,
Right
them.
now?
we are here
Run,
on
Pet
business,
the monkey.
young lady.
Peter Gabriel's shocked the monkey starts playing.
No.
I am not leaving this place before I pet the monkey.
You fucking get on it then so we can go do our
Brass
thing.
We
monkey.
can do this stuff first
That
and pet the
funky
monkey
monkey?
after.
Yeah, the monkey. He's got a little cup, wearing like he's got a little red vest on.
He's got a little. Oh my god, he's
Little,
got an
the
outfit
little
on.
red cap. It doesn't have any kind of brim. It's got a little yellow tassel on it. Got a little tin cup that's all beat up. He's shaking it in front of you as the organ grinder's playing his odd machine.
Yeah, I'm gonna go put 2 silver in the monkey's cup.
You're gonna reach into your bag of rocks.
Yeah.
Put 2
2
rocks
silver and
into the
3
monkey's
pebbles.
cup. Yeah.
half your fortune.
Keep the change.
Can't appreciate the music, but I can appreciate the monkey.
very, very up close, it's eerie and unsettling how human-like the face is.
Ugliest monkey I've ever seen in my whole entire life. I love him.
Love him and pet him and call him George.
Yeah, I give him 2 silver and then we move on.
Okay, where to?
Drinks? Drinkle?
Yeah, I think the watering hole might be a good place to just kind of listen in for a bit, see if anybody's mentioning anything really funky.
Okay, you were given directions earlier, and it's not hard to get further directions here. The Grinning Lacedon is the name of the place. Here's a curiosity. This building literally sags. It leans between its neighbors, a dying building of dying timbers and dying stone. The stone resembles rotting teeth in a swollen timber mouth, and above a revolting object, there's a mummified body of some kind. It's bipedal. It maybe you would think human, but the arms and legs are a bit too long, and it's got a leering face that's just grinning directly down at the doorway.
Charming.
As you enter within, the twisted ornamentation grows and festers. Here, an obsessive collector's lifetime of obsession about Lacedon shows. There are paintings of their demise at the blades of heroic nobles, several bones in a walnut cabinet along one wall. Look like the same kind of bones you saw on the one outside. And in one corner is a whole preserved skeleton labeled as a curiosity from the Physicians Institute in Booktown. And say these look like they were human, but something wrong with them. Like the longer extremities, more of a narrow face. Basically, for player knowledge, a Lacedon is a water pool kind of thing. It was an undead in its unlife,
Gross.
but an aquatic version. But these look like they were humans of some kind, just mutated or some strange oddity. But they're paintings and various bones, and then the full one right in here. You see a sour-faced old woman standing behind the bar, cleaning dirty glasses with a dirty rag. Will it be?
What are you buying?
I'm selling. What are you buying?
No, I'm just Resident Evil joke.
Oh,
Everybody give me a perception check.
perception.
Damn, Reggie. I thought I did pretty good at night fucking teen, but apparently you just don't give a fuck, huh?
I'm sorry. Do I keep rolling? I can't see my rolls. Have I?
Yeah, they
rolled
must
them
be
many
going in
times?
the tower or something.
I've got.
Oh, are they only showing to the GM?
I
I didn't
see
put mine in the tower.
Cleo in the tower. I see Sock and Reggie in the chat, and then Max and Oren in the tower, and Moose is not. Are you dropping it on your desktop?
No, I'm just double clicking it.
Yeah, I don't
Yes.
see your roll at all.
Oh, wait, never mind. There's an error. There's a script error. Okay. I'll just do this.
Okay. So just ask, will it be? Seems kind of dour and taciturn.
Round of ales for the group.
Okay. And
I'm
she
sure I've drank worse.
sits out 6 dirty glasses, grabs a grime encrusted bottle from behind her, starts pouring. There you go. That'd be
Does that
30 copper.
Moose is not
That's
intimidated.
cheap for a round of drinks, right? Really cheap.
Well, it depends on the quality and the place.
Okay. Don't worry, guys. This one's on me. I'll slide over my final silver piece.
I roll my eyes and smile. Don't worry,
I got this
guys,
one
it's all on
covered.
me. Yeah, okay.
I want to add the other 2 necessary silver pieces.
It was copper.
30 copper.
Yeah, but 30 copper, which is 3 silver.
Oh, is it?
Get
Oops.
10 per.
Don't worry, guys.
I was
I've got
thinking in
this.
dollars. I was thinking in dollars.
Turns around to the group, guys. Can I borrow
So
some
I
money?
could have covered it if I
got this,
hadn't
guys.
paid the monkey.
A third of it.
I was thinking dollars. I was thinking pennies. That's
I
my
shake
bad.
your bag of rocks. You sure there's nothing left in there?
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I'm gonna assume Cleo just doesn't know how to count currency from this point going forward.
She couldn't quite read the lips.
This is like Ravash with the platinum.
Oh yeah, it is. I don't have 30 gold. All I have is 200 platinum. What? Oh my god.
What are we doing here?
We bought some drinks. We got some drinks. We're good.
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna still leave another couple silver next to that, and just be like, "Can you make sure you take care of my big mate here? Just if he runs out, just like send over another one.
Just nods.
Thanks."
Reggie's approval rating -1 total now. +1 takes care of his drinks.
There's a theme going in your positive side of that document.
I've noticed.
Does Reggie know what a Lacedon is?
Does who know?
Would Reggie know what this creature, this
Give me a
aquatic
history check.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yep. They're not
Okay.
common. Usually tales of, superstition and from sailors and stuff, but if these are real or not, you don't know. But this person's apparently obsessed with them.
You said there's like a full scale skeleton
In
of
the
one.
corner there's a full, yes. Other like
Can I take my?
Go ahead.
Good.
I was just saying other wooden cabinets on one side of the room are like like a femur here, a hand there.
Can I take my drink and just wander over and inspect the full skeleton and see
Sure.
if this is like, did somebody just glue some extra bone onto these limbs, or is this like genuine?
I want to say inspection. What's the can't look at it here.
Investigation?
Investigation.
Oh, it's almost 17.
From what you can tell, this looks like a fully intact skeleton. No like tampering, or if it is, it's a good counterfeit.
Okay. All right, I'll go back and rejoin the group. That thing is creepy as fuck.
Say the one
And the
outside.
skeleton's weird too.
Yeah, the one outside definitely you could tell was like kind of put together, not like all of the pieces belonged.
Gotcha. A bit Costco giant skeleton.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you're
they've got
sitting there
some neat stuff here.
having your.
Are we the only ones in the establishment?
There's other people coming in and out, different
Okay.
tables talking. Yeah, it's not just you here. There's a lot of people are getting kind of like to-go beers. They're coming in with their own flagons. A couple of old sailor-looking guys sitting in the corner, just nursing their drinks.
Anybody staring at us?
When you first walked in, yeah, but not that they've continued to do so.
Well, we should just start asking around about any interesting deaths.
Did we look around for that creepy guy that the ladies of the night warned us about?
That's
Mahas.
Mahas, and you haven't mentioned or looked for. You have not seen anybody with his description so far. The little bit of time you've been here, and no one else has said anything. Where you're at is the location you were given from the guy at the morgue, where one of the victims. This was his local drinking joint.
We could ask around about him.
Who are you asking? Just anyone?
Bartender.
Yeah, I know him. And kicked him out. He kind of a revolting, degenerate thing to do what he did, and I kicked him out immediately when I found out. Because you know what he did? He took his wife's wedding dress and he went and pawned it. Come in here to drink his sorrows away. Was not enough money to catch up on his back tab, but to sell his wife's dress. That is a horrible thing to do. So, fuck him. He's not allowed here anymore. If you see him, tell him to remember that.
Well, I thought that was going to go so much darker when you said revolting and took his wife's wedding dress.
And he would tuck his thing back and he would dance with a bottle of lotion.
No!
No, the wedding dress was
No!
plenty revolting. Thank you.
Well, if I stop by the morgue again, I'll let him know.
Oh, the son of a bitch died? Oh, good. Yeah, he was in here every night for about 12 years. Till recently when he pulled that stunt, and to me that just, you don't do that to a woman.
When was the last time you saw him?
I kicked him out here about a week and a half ago. And you know what? I think I'll celebrate to that. And she pulls out a bottle from turns around, opens up a cabinet, pulls out a bottle. Very nice looking bottle, got like gold seal on it and stuff. Breaks it open, pours herself a big, like, you know what? Since you brought me this news, she pours a little bit in a cup and offers it to each of you, but she's got about, half the bottle in a big flagon that she's got. And the swill that you've been drinking, which is swill is being generous. This is some good shit.
Yeah, my cup is still suspiciously full.
Moose will grab your suspiciously full mug and down it in one gulp.
Sock probably will too. He probably has to observe his own practices, and he probably has to get smashed soon. And this seems like a good opportunity since somebody else is buying.
Do you happen to know where his wife lives? We'd like to deliver the news.
She ran away with a sailor about 12 years ago, so I don't know where
Oh.
she's at, but I know that.
So
Which,
this
I
isn't-
mean, she did him wrong, but you don't sell a woman's wedding dress. That's
Okay,
just- that's
yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, ma'am, if I may.
Yes, sir.
When the woman leaves you and never returns, what is the appropriate amount of time to wait before selling a wedding dress?
You never sell a woman's wedding dress. You keep it. If she comes back for it, it's hers. It's a special day. It only happens the first time once. You just don't do that.
Yeah, but I mean, what if? Just humor me, please.
She picks up the glass she put in front of you and she just drinks it down. Like, well, apparently you don't deserve any of this. Asking questions like that.
Well, hang on, you didn't even let me finish my next question. My next question was just going to be what happens if the wedding dress is lost? Maybe a thief takes it, or the house burns down, or rats get into it.
Well, you can't control those things. And she pours some drink in your cup again and holds it up and then drinks it.
Made an enemy today.
Does she have? Where's the bottle that she's been? pouring
Moose
from?
made an enemy today.
She's draining it, so the bottle's there.
I was
It's
gonna-
empty now.
I was gonna say if the bottle was there, Moose would just grab the bottle.
We're about to get kicked out, guys.
I didn't even do anything.
Moose is
It's
about to get kicked out.
Sock
Well,
won't be able to
yeah,
You
fulfill
know that
his
he lived in the
ritual.
tenements, and she like tells you, go down here, turn there, tells you where he lived.
We can check out where he lived. See
Yep.
anything cool going on over there?
Before we leave, I just have one final thing I want to say to her. I will nod at her and I will say, well, thank you very much for teaching me your customs and your ways. I'm not from around here. I'm very ignorant.
Yep.
But one thing I'm not ignorant of is good drink. Everybody, let's get out of here.
Also,
And I
one
leave.
last question: are any of the sites worthwhile around here, like the dreadful supper or the awful well girl? Is that stuff, just kind of a gimmick, or any of that worthwhile?
She kind of leans forward, like it's got some gross or interesting stuff, depending on how you look at it. But yeah, it's pretty much all gimmick around here.
Thanks for the info.
Anything for a coin.
I start slowly tearing up the brochure to Mother Broken.
Dejected.
Or tip this nice lady.
I'll roll my eyes
Smiles
and I'll
at you.
slam down a gold piece and I'll walk
what are
out
you
the door.
tipping with? Aren't you broke now?
No, she told me
She
to.
said, Oren,
Oh,
tip
you.
this nicely.
I'll roll my eyes, reach into my bag, throw down a gold piece, and I'll walk out the door.
Now you can come back anytime, sugar. She
Yeah,
sweetens up
yeah.
real big to you.
Yeah.
Say, don't bring the mongoloid with you next time.
I try not to bring him where I go, but he
We're
just
trying to teach you
followed.
manners. It's a struggle. Thanks for your time.
I stare in the eyes and say, "That's my mongoloid."
Just kind of shakes her head and starts cleaning her dirty glasses with her dirty rag again.
Is that like the bartender equivalent of carrying around a clipboard to look busy?
Yep. It's in any tavern you ever go in. You've always got the guy who's cleaning. The bad ones just have
Yeah.
all dirty glasses and dirty rags.
It's probably why everybody comes and brings their own tankards. Oh.
So, where are you headed?
She didn't tell us specifically where he lived, just that he lived in the tenements.
No, she told us specifically.
Yes.
Oh.
That's where you're heading?
Sure.
Okay. So you're following her directions. And you're getting to the place it looks like it will probably be. It says Uriah Means Barge Shop or Barge Pawn Shop and Tenement. And there's this huge building. The river barge hangs crippled at the front of an exhausted stone tenement that rises spastically beneath dislocated gables. The whole structure appears diseased. Thick lichens hang from the walls, from which stone protrudes like broken limbs. A chain lashes the barge tightly to the slum so that the vessel is suspended partly above the tainted waters, almost as though it appears reluctant to touch them. The whole place, building and barge, are strangled by straining moss-choked timbers that look as if they could snap at any moment and bring the whole place down. 3 iron balls, the guild sign of the pawnbrokers, hangs over the barge. Pails, cast iron street lanterns, hand carts, ropes, and a confusion of other miscellany are all marked for sale, and the whole structure seems to groan under the sheer mass of the wares. Everything, it seems, has a price, down to the hastily chalk-scrawled 10 shekels on the rusted iron anchor of the barge itself. A murder of mangy ravens lurks on the teetering gable above, cawing as you approach, and picking at the remains of what looks like a dead animal.
Did you say this barge is chained up out of the water?
Yeah, it's probably like 3 foot from touching the water. Now here, Kate's the only person I would do this for because of past losses. Are you good with descriptions?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, 'cause yeah, this is a dead alley cat. And we let's put up.
Were we going to the pawn shop or to the dude's house?
I figured
It
we'd
seems
go
to
the
be
dude's
one and the
house.
same. He lives in these tenements. Now, with what this map shows,
Oh,
the top parts, which I didn't have time to blank out because I didn't prep early enough. That's basically the attic area at the top. It's about 75 foot tall to the whole thing.
So we're talking like pawn shop. Wait, so is the barge the pawn shop?
Barge is the pawn shop. The building is the tenement house.
Got it. Okay.
And say there's like 4 stories here. With the top attic area is what's being shown. And in my haste, I did not prep properly on that.
So can we see the hole in the roof?
Not yet, but it will be there.
Noted.
Here, can I fix this real quick? Where is my lock? Layers. Enable mask. Now you can't see a damn thing. Actually, let me go. I go mask mode. Just do it differently. Hang on. Bitch. Click the wrong button. Hang on. That's not the button I wanted. Now everything's fucked up on my screen. This one. Where'd yours go? Images. I'll say that's where y'all come in. Okay. So that's what you see.
Big black box.
So,
Yeah,
so the layout of the when we talk about this tenement building, is it like everyone's got a front door, or it's like there's one main entrance and people just had like adjoining rooms that were connected?
It's a
just lost Jack
hodgepodge
somehow.
of stuff. There are some doors that look like from the outside. Others are, you think were either a very large room or the doors are from the inside. The outside of it is covered in just a framework of rotting timbers.
Okay.
It's falling apart.
Is that pretty similar to what's nearby?
Yeah,
Or does it look
this
out of
whole
place
area
bad?
is just very disrepair, but this is a little worse than the others by a little bit. The stone looks like it's very kind of powdery and crumbly. Say it's 75 foot high at its peak. Sorry if I said 4. There's 5 stories. It's 120 foot long, 40 foot wide. If you look around, there's basically 4 dwellings per floor, not including the attic. Each 20 foot wide and 50 foot long. If you're kind of like looking around. Interior staircases are rotting. There's a trio of exposed ladders on the outside, and there's a knotted rope ladder and a small timber bridge. As you see, some of these are kind of open to the air with those.
Gotcha. And then the barge that's kind of that's pulled up out of the actual river, so it's up
Yeah.
on the banks.
It's kind of hanging.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not where it's swaying or anything, but it doesn't look super stable.
Got it.
But that's most places here.
Yeah. Did we get an address for Edmund? Or did she just point us to the building?
Just to the building.
Yeah, fuck.
Well, I mean, I assume this is like some kind of apartment building of some kind.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's this tenement building, slums.
Could always knock on doors. And I'll knock on the door.
Go for it. I'll stand behind you looking nice. As in,
You
like,
just
not threat.
Pick a random door.
Yeah.
No answer.
Oh, crap, what if this one's his? We should invoke RPG rules and just walk into every single one of them, because
Is there
people won't
any
freak out about that.
Signage to say which one the pawn shop is?
The barge.
Oh, the barge is the pawn
The
shop.
barge is the
Okay.
pawn shop.
So we take a look at the barge.
I mean, we could. He might know something. But I could also really get to know somebody here. You know, become really good friends with them. Share some moments with them. Maybe move in with them. You know. You're not going for any of this, are you, Cleo?
Sorry, what? I wasn't looking.
Sorry, what? I wasn't looking.
You can't hear, so
Stop listening.
sorry. I stopped watching what you were saying.
That was fast.
They'll poke you in the eyeballs. Just take them right away from you.
So I think, are y'all's tokens locked, or are you free to move?
I'm sure they're.
I think free. I'll unlock them. There you go.
Whee!
Few yakety sacks.
Da, 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 da.
Think we could just sort of walk on over to the barge. However,
The two things with the D in it's for down, those are ramps.
So that's a ramp we could walk up onto the barge. Yes.
Correct. Either one.
hello.
As you walk up, the deck of the moldering boat is cluttered with countless mundane and strange objects, but a pathway along the sides are clear to allow passage. A small ramp enters the barge's cabin. Beyond the murk inside, the place looks even more cluttered. I'm sorry, that was the... You didn't go in there yet. I read the wrong fucking thing. Good job.
Oh, sweet. Selling this anchor.
That door is locked.
What about the other door?
Okay, as you
Yeah, that
open
door is
that, go
also
in.
locked.
That's what I just read.
Or in look a passageway.
Yeah, a small ramp enters the barge's cabin beyond the murk inside, and you see a short little old man, very wrinkly. He's got balding with like the frizzy
my
white
God.
hair coming off the sides of his head.
Bridges to
Pro-
collapse.
Proximo?
He's sitting in some sort of it almost looks like a bathtub, but it's the front's kind of cut out and it's got a small harness at the front, and there's a pig attached to the harness. Immediately look at the man, looks crippled.
So wait, he has a pig pulling him around in a bathtub?
Yes.
That's genius.
Can he even navigate his own pawn shop?
Barely.
Okay.
Yeah. What can I sell for you, or what do you want me to barter with? You here selling? Or you here buying?
Tell me what the pig, quick. Somebody say it.
You're not in here, so you don't even know what's going on.
Shit.
So, I mean, we're just looking for some information.
I can sell that too. For a price.
Heard a man named Edmund came in here, sold a very nice dress for you.
Oh, what kind of dress?
A wedding dress?
I've got several of those. There's a picture that's kind of... It looks more like a chair in there, but it's described as a bathtub.
That is a chariot. A glorious chariot.
And there's
You
a
don't need it.
crow sitting on the back of it. Got the little lamp. Yeah, I've got. Let me look here. Pulls out a ledger book. Yeah, about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks.
Just sort of
Yeah,
wondering
it's one of
if,
my tenants.
Oh shit, you run a pawn shop and you're a landlord?
I am.
Wow, that's a good hustle.
That's why the name is Pawn Shop and Tenant.
Oh, I got it. Just put it together.
So I was hoping we could figure out where he lives. You know, what room over there specifically.
Let's see, he was in 1A, I believe. Hadn't seen him since he sold the dress. I
He's
may
been
have
having a
to-
rough time.
Yeah, I hear the sad story about his wife leaving all the time. Get sick of hearing it.
That won't be a problem anymore.
Why's that?
Well, you tell him, Reggie.
Sorry, Reggie has gotten distracted by a pile of books over in the corner and he's flipping through one. Sorry, what?
Do you like those? That one is me see, hold that up. That 30 silver for that one, and 50 silver for that one.
Is he pointing at?
Books.
Oh.
Books that Reggie found. So, oh, you were saying that he's he left, moved, so I can rent the place out, I guess.
Yeah, you're definitely free to do that.
Oh,
Hoping to check up on some of his things.
so now anything in there is rightfully my property. I will sell you whatever's in there.
What if we just
And what happened to him, by the way?
he is
Karma.
resting in a morgue?
Drank himself to death finally, I guess.
Yes, you can tell that he did that by the claw marks.
Yeah, the bottle really went after him physically.
Somebody cut him up with a bottle. Okay, gotcha.
You can put it that way.
Not necessarily looking to, take anything out of his room. Just kind of hoping that there might be a clue. Sounds dumb, but a clue to what might be going on with him.
You lose any other customers lately? Like regulars that just stopped showing up?
Not off the top of my head. People come and go all the time. I know him by name because he's a tenant. I don't quite pay attention to who comes, who goes. Is it just everybody's coin glistens and everybody's trash is my treasure to someone else?
Well,
I gotta think.
how much are we talking to just maybe take a look at in his room? This is
Well, I'll be happy to go with you because I gotta see what all he has in there anyway, so we can look together. Oh. He grabs some keys from under the counter. He's like, "Go on, Mange," and he just kind of like pushes you as the pig moves. He all just kind of pushes you to the side, runs over the toe of one of your boots. Nothing where it hurts, but it's just like, damn it. And he kind of goes up the ramp.
Mange is a great name.
Guess we'll follow.
Okay. He leads you around to. You won't have to worry about moving on the map. He leads you around to one of the bottom ones. Actually, the one you knocked on.
I fucking knew it.
Pulls out the key. Opens it. He grabs like a couple of not a walker, but I don't know what they're called. They're the ones where you can use on each hand to help you walk. Not crutches. They're the ones like you have the handle you hold, and it's got the brace that goes behind the bicep. You know what I'm talking about? So he slowly and carefully pulls himself out of the chair, waddles in there. You go in. The place is mostly empty. A dirty couch, a table covered with old empty bottles. Smells very stale in here. As you look around, you don't find anything really of value, odds and ends. This guy, of course, is like, this right here, these bottles. These could be good decorations. Maybe you're into crafts. Sell you each of these for a silver piece. Table looks kind of good. He hammers his hand on the table, and one of the legs falls off, and it starts kind of teetering. Like, well, that can be fixed up. I would have sold you that for gold, but since it needs some repair, 75 silver's good.
Right.
And you catch, he said 75 silver. Like, and the first time he's ever mentioned gold also, so.
Right.
Not the only one.
Couch, not too bad. Looks like it's in good shape. He kind of slaps it dusty. Little dusty, but that will come right out.
I'll look at Cleo and just be like, "Hey, could you just, just go to the room. Let's go to this room. Look at this room."
Yeah, sure, yeah.
And I'll hang out with this curmudgeon-y old man. Just like, yes, this couch very dusty. I'll have to work on that price.
For specifically?
Things to make my my place more lived in. I sort of have just like
you're
the
asking about an old drunk stuff wanting to look at his apartment. You're here for more than a couch. What
We're investigating a murder.
You said you already figured that out. He got cut up by a glass.
It would be best not to look too deep into it.
We can't go too deep into our ongoing investigations. All right.
Oh, all hoity-toity and important.
Just power play him, guys. Literally just power play him.
If I were to power play him, I'd take his fucking crutches. What do you?
Oh no, what a shame that would be if you did that.
Listen, I don't need to power play him yet.
Yet.
So how can I help you with this investigation?
Well, we're just really sort of
look at this lamp. This lamp right here.
Anything of
50 copper. Could be yours.
Anything important? Maybe he left a note. Maybe he had a journal that he had, detailed losing his mind in. Pictures of his wife. Really, anything. It could be anything.
Look around. I'll put a price on it. So you start searching through stuff, and he's naming off prices for even a piece of trash on the floor, 1 copper, just nothing. But you're not finding anything that's sticking out to you that would relate to anything related to these murders. Sorry, what were you asking, Brandon?
Did you happen to sell anything particularly expensive or strange, otherworldly in the last few weeks? We had 2 different people show up with pretty out of the ordinary death situations, and they both had tickets to your pawn shop.
Well, who's the other one? And what you got the tickets?
I don't really think that's material at this point. It was just weird that two different dead people with similar wounds both had receipts from your store
Well, I
on
sell
their
all
person
kinds of
when they
people.
died.
I say, no, he sold me his wedding dress. I can show that to you. If you said there was another one, I can't tell you anything about them or what it was if you don't let me see the ticket.
Did he buy anything from you lately?
No, he was wanting money to bury himself in a bottle. And of course, I took my 3 back months of rent he hasn't paid out of it. Just an old drunk.
Hold up. Who else? Does anybody else owe you rent right now? Like they aren't responding on answering knocks?
Everybody owes me rent. Some pay early, once in a blue moon. Usually they're a week or two behind. Sometimes they fall several weeks or a couple months behind. Sometimes I gotta kick them out. Sometimes they wind up dead, and I sell what they leave behind to cover what they owed me.
Are any of your, aside from this one, are any of your tenements empty right now?
Me think. Yeah, Smith family, Joe. No, they're all full. Even got the attic rented out.
I'm gonna go think and swim some laps.
Do what?
I said I'm gonna go think and swim some laps.
I'm gonna take Scab around the building, and I'm gonna ask her to try to sniff out any sense of like death or anything suspicious.
The walk.
Yeah, all kinds of unease and kind of disgust vibes coming off of Scab, but nothing that's like imminent danger, or it's just like this is a nasty place, nasty people.
Okay.
None of the smells are good here. Nothing one more particular than another.
But anything else we want to try here? Talk to any of the other residents,
There-
maybe?
Genuinely nothing left behind in the guy's room.
Yep, nothing of interest here in this guy's room.
I guess we can always come back later.
What do you think we're looking for at this point? Monster or like a cursed artifact?
Somebody really wishing to do harm.
They Brandon AFK'd, so he's not here at the moment. I don't know if he had any questions or not.
I have a question for the pawn shop man. Have
Yeah.
you seen anybody running around with their heads on fire lately?
Typically, folks don't run around with their head on fire. That's likely to kill them.
It's just checking.
I mean, there are plenty of buildings around here catch on fire, arson, idiots leaving their lanterns out, get knocked over, burn shit down. That's common. But running around with your head on fire, I hadn't heard of that. Hey, found a
Well,
picture of
that's-
his wife. Sell that to you for 5 silver. It's a nice, pretty picture.
I'm gonna look at the picture.
Looked like she was probably about a 3. But the
Solid
drawing's done really well.
I gotta see a picture of this sailor.
A 1.5.
This is seeming to be like a dead end here.
Oh, could rent you the room too if you need a place to stay.
You know what?
Hey,
Yeah,
we-
we'll stay for a night.
Say 2 gold for a month.
You don't need a whole month.
Kind of weird wanting to stay in a dead man's house or room, but
We have odd
everything's for
hobbies.
sale. You're gonna have to pay for the whole month though.
We're workshopping a new freak show.
All right.
Freak show.
2 gold it is.
He grabs it, kind of
Or
bites the coin, makes sure it's real gold. Room's yours. I will get the. He's like, that son of a bitch didn't return his key. This is the only one I got. I'll have to get another key made, so can't give you this one just yet.
Well,
We'll just
don't
leave the door unlocked. and hope
yes,
to not
don't
get
worry
murdered.
about locking the door. Well, if
We
if
brought
you
our own
get
door.
that extra key made, go ahead and leave it on the inside. I trust you.
I'm a trustworthy fella.
I believe it.
What else?
Can we do like a sit down to see what to do next? Because like, what do we got so far?
Well, you had the information of where one of the victims hung out and drank, which has led you here. You had the notes to the pawn shop, which has led you here. You had info basically saying the watch here was reluctant to do anything, and you had the guy whose name that was harassing the girl that died.
Yeah, we haven't asked around about Mahas yet. If anybody knows where he stays or what he's up to. Because I
Mohawks?
believe it wasn't known if he lived over here or just kind of frequented a lot.
I got the idea he lived here.
What was that?
He has the idea that Mahas lived here.
Not like at this you know,
Right, in this
Alright.
in festival.
yeah, somewhere else on this, I'm sure, is wonderful island.
Could look around for him.
We sure can.
Are you gonna start that?
I mean, I suppose trying to find a nice lead to follow.
Hey, the only lead for him you've got is a name and that he's from over here.
Quick, ask the landlord before he disappears forever.
Mr. Landlord, do you know anybody named Mohas around here?
Actually, I do. What's your business?
Does he
It's
live
me.
here? Oh no!
What kind of business you got with him?
Well, it's definitely not
Weird.
related to this.
He was really friendly with a young lady across the way.
Well, that's not strange at all. Many a man's friendly with the young ladies. Was a time in my life long ago. Was a bit of a rounder myself. He smiles. He's got like missing teeth and stuff. Not a pretty smile. But yeah, what kind of business? So he's an interesting fella.
Well, look, we heard he and a gal across the way had kind of a thing going, and she also seems to have met some kind of untimely demise. So one of the other gals over there said, you know, they were an item, and so we should let him know. But all we had was a name.
I don't remember him having any ladies around. Not that he didn't do such, but nothing permanent. What happened to this lady?
Head on fire.
Well, that's terrible. Bad way to die. Now you were asking about, was she running around with her head on fire? Because you just asked me if I knew about it running around with their head on fire.
Yeah, I know. It's the strangest coincidence.
Well, they were just on fire. I know. You know,
So
it doesn't have to just be their head.
like accident, arson. I mean, results the same, but
I think it had something to do with like the dye factory across the way. Just a horrible accident.
All those
but across
chemicals,
the river, at the dye factory, it caught on fire.
No, unfortunately, just parts of her.
And you think Mahas had something to do with this?
No, we just came to we had to unfortunately be some bears of bad news because her friends knew that they were together, and we should, he should be, so he doesn't, stay up at night worrying like, where'd she go? Well, she's dead.
Well, luck would have it, he lives up in the attic. He's one of my tenants.
Of course he is.
Oof. Well, that's yeah.
Is that like
Guess
the
we'll have to
place?
Guess we'll have to give him the bad news.
You know,
But at
he's
least we know
hungry
where
now.
he is now.
I guess you will. Well, let me know how he takes it, and hope he isn't too distraught. I don't want another one of them guys getting all lost in the sauce, not paying their rent because the drink's more important.
Right.
Some of y'all look like drinkers yourselves. He looks at Moose. Speaking
He has
of,
put on some
did
pounds.
Nick just finally
Moose
pass
is just
out?
passed out on the couch, covered in dust.
No. Moose
Hey,
is still
buddy.
present. Moose has just been finishing off the last of his pies. I'm sorry. Was that directed to me? I wasn't paying any attention.
Oh, no. Just saying, look like you enjoy your drink.
I do enjoy a good drink. Don't suppose you know where I can find any good drink around here?
I probably have a bottle I could sell you. I have to go dig around through some stuff.
I'm going to the attic.
Okay. He's well, it's right around this way, and he stumbles and shuffles his way out, gets himself back up in his little cart. Come on, Mage. And he pulls you. You got the ropes he's using. One's tied to a tusk on each side, is how he steers it. And takes you all around the side, and that's where that little 5x10 with the ladder going up by the northern ramp. Where's my ping? That right there. That me find my spot. I say a rusting ladder clumsily anchored to the powdery and crumbling outer walls of the tenement climbs 60 foot up the side to a balcony off the attic. And as y'all are looking up at that, it does not look too safe. And we will pick it up next week because it's 2:00 and Scott said he needed to take off. So this will be a good stopping point.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I can properly put walls and stuff on this map for next time.
Alrighty then.
Okay. Well, thank you all for playing. Appreciate it. Thank you everyone who hung out tonight. Appreciate that as well. You can catch replays of this and other campaigns on YouTube and Rumble. Likes, follows, shares appreciated. And some of us will be back Tuesday for Kelsto's game, Midnight Central. If you hang on through the credits, I will find us someone to raid. Otherwise, have a great rest of your weekend. Night, everybody.
Good night.
Night, everyone.